It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Whoops, I forgot. Had to turn that off. Oh, speaking of the devil, and he shows up.
And there he is.
So, welcome to the show. I'm Sean. Drew is at the Special Olympics state swimming meet, I believe it is, where Victoria or Tori will be competing. They're going to be there all weekend, unfortunately. So I'm here taking care of the dogs and running the show. I'm here today with Richard, our loving vampire, and John, who looks like he locked up, and Mark. What's up, Steve? You working or you can come in? I'll give you a link if you can come in. But if you tuned in last time, we were kind of just me and Drew, and we went over. Richard was in a con, and
Mark was
on, and
Yeah.
this one was in a con, and that one was in a con, and we were okay. Maybe next time. We were kind of all over the place. So we talked about cons, and we posted pictures of Richard's booth getting invaded by a captain. We posted pictures from Ocala, which was where our friends from the local 501st that we they set up this city block, and we set up that 80 feet of space at the big outdoor cons. So we kind of worked together and we became friends. And the showrunner of my birthday party and BartoCon, which is going to be October 14th. We're all going to be there that can afford to come because, well, gas is expensive still, and flights are expensive, and food's expensive, and hotels are ungodly expensive.
It's true.
And they're talking about the hotels going up in price around here.
Yeah, and they have a nasty surprise that I found out about at Phantasm. They have what's called the Rockstar tax that they put on. They don't tell you about this until you're checking in. $150.
Yeah. Wow. So if you are in a big city, they add a special tax that is crazy. So yeah, you pay $150 a night, and then they put another $150 on it, and it's like, what? Never mind. I will drive home.
That's ridiculous.
There's a reason why I don't go to some cons because I can't really afford not only the entrance and the gas to get there, but once you get there, it's like that's more than I make in a week.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you're doing
like Yee and R.
95 a person.
Parking in Orlando to go to MegaCon is like $40.
Well, they had a thing this last year where you could buy the parking in one shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got
But
vendor park.
I think Michelle's going to get on as a volunteer again this year. So, what I have a way in, so to speak. I'm I'm still probably gonna get the 4 day thing if I actually go and put myself through that again.
The Admiral or the Vampire and Jeff Fafa is here.
My goodness.
Yay!
So
much stress.
I did add a link to the Streamyard post, and basically, we don't make money off the show. We do it for fun, but it is an amazing platform. We use it all the time. Anybody that's used it can tell you, Jeff, how easy is StreamYard to use?
It's very easy once you grasp the skills to do it. There are, there are things that you have to do, and so it was easy for me.
Compared to what's that other platform that we use?
Zoom.
Zoom.
I mean,
It's like a night and day difference when you're.
Well, it vastly depends what you're doing, right?
Yeah. True.
Zoom has a bunch of meeting features that we wouldn't necessarily be using so much, right?
Well, actually, with the plan that we have, the $50 plan, we can do webinars. I think it's like a 150 person webinar we can do.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, currently my deputy OIC for the brigade in Fort McMurray has decided that he's going to pay for Zoom for the ship. So
yeah.
The
cool thing is
not a problem anymore.
If you want to try a paid thing, the link gives you $10 credit. So it gives us a little bit after you've been with it for a little bit, but it's more of I'd rather people have that $10 credit to try it out.
Sure.
Because even at the $20, I was looking at it, even at the $20, they added a lot of features, and they've been adding a lot that make it just. Zoom is great, and other things are great, but to be able to control some of the features like the show intro or popping up banners, stuff like that, and even sharing files is a lot easier. So, and with the plan we have, we can have 6 guests share the stream to their connection. So, like, I know Jeff sends it to his YouTube. You could send
it isn't. I'm sorry, but tonight we won't. But hey, it happens.
Right. I'm just saying this is
what you're saying.
Things that this allows you to do, and it's pretty cool. We will be, and he's gone. We will be broadcasting if there is a good enough Wi-Fi signal in the panel room next week.
Okay.
So for those of our friends in the far off lands of the UK and Canada, they can actually be able to see the panels. So we offered it to our friends. We said, hey, we already got the platform. We got the equipment. Why don't we broadcast this, give a little bit of a bigger con feel to a small con? And So if you are in the area and you see a guy dressed up as a TOS Klingon or you saw my picture in my Starfleet uniform with a sash and a crown, come over, say hi. It's my birthday that weekend. So
Well, I hope you have a fun birthday. I mean, realistically.
Hey, I got the biggest party in the world. And I found out that the 501st is definitely going to be there. Neutral Zone Studios will have representation. Hello, Drew.
Heyo.
Wow, it's so quiet over there. Tori must not be in the room.
No, she's in the room.
Oh, hi.
She's got earplugs on. She's listening to music. She ain't listening to
The 501st will be there. Customers with the cause will be there from Orlando area. CAG will be there. SFI will be there. Definitely. We're going to have the girl that played Naomi in Voyager, also the Orbits girl, and she played a part in Pirates of the Caribbean. Vanessa Branch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to remember these off the top of my head. It ain't working. Terry. What's the other one? Terry.
Farrell?
Robin Curtis will be there.
Huh?
Robin Curtis will be there.
Robin Curtis.
Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of. And they had another one pop in that they had sent him the paperwork a year ago, and he hadn't responded till like 5 seconds ago.
Oh, at least he responded.
Wearing
Say what?
birthday sash. I said Sean will be there wearing his birthday boy sash and crown. I'm gonna stick him to it. If I have to buy it, make him wear it.
I've got it already.
You go by Burger King and pick them up one, you know.
No, I've got a nice silver crown and one that says Birthday King.
I have to admit it's really amusing because obviously in the SCA, which is something else I belong to, there are a lot of crowns. One of which is the Sovereign of Arms crown, which is a gold-plated, gilded crown. That's
Right.
something like 8 pounds. The Sovereign of Arms, of course, is the chief of all of the people who do heraldry, all the heralds in the society. And she has a right and left hand, or he has a right or left hand, depending. And they don't have crowns.
Yeah.
Or at least not crowns that were made. So they have cheese crowns from there was a Herald's event, a known world Herald's event in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so they bought cheese crowns for them.
Okay.
And that is their official crown. Are these like cartoon-like cheese crowns? It's hilarious.
So the newest announced one is Tim Proctor.
Yes.
And Tim Proctor is actually a normal guest at all the Syfy Bartow big events. He's there every year at the big outdoor con. The thing of it is people forget that they have to let people know that they're coming. So when you have limited space and they say, "Hey, I'm coming," at the last minute, you're like, dead.
Yeah,
So,
I always think that's funny, but I mean, like, yeah, I mean, obviously the space difference is different from my home cons than the cons in your area too.
Yeah.
Right?
So the panels look like it's going to be Star Trek,
Yeah, some of Starfleet, some of CAG,
Pikachu,
Ray Jesse.
Pikachu, I mean, Ghostbusters, I believe, or no, Men in Black. There's going to be an author panel. They've got 6 independent authors there. Who else? What was the other panel? They actually do have a photographer going to be taking pictures, professional pictures for free, I believe it is. There. I don't know if it's going to make it in time, but I ordered a couple backdrops for our booth to add. One's a 5-foot wide star banner, and then the other one's a 5-foot wide. Looks like you're looking out of a shuttlecraft or a shuttle bay exit. So we're starting to add to our booth for the big event in February more photo ops that don't take up the whole truck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, I know that there's a project that I don't think we're going to announce now, but for Syfy Bartow, the outdoor con, which will be a cool surprise. So that'll be fun, one that I'm going to look forward to seeing.
Oh, you tease.
Well, you saw the panel Drew made for when he only had a month's time and no money.
So Drew, so you get 6 months time and still no money?
Pretty much.
Well, I look forward to
Never
it,
enough
Drew,
help.
because you're an amazing worker.
No, I'm just a stubborn worker.
Yeah, well, I mean, that goes without saying.
You know, somebody puts my honor.
You're friends with me. Come on.
Well, that just makes me picky.
So, like I said, if you
John,
didn't,
too, and Mark,
because everybody was busy with cons last week, they might not have seen the show. But if you go and watch the show, we actually showed a lot of pictures of the full build. It was pretty much the show on the build of Neutral Zone Studios' newest portable display.
con console.
Yeah. And then if you saw last week, we did post some pictures inside the studio. One was the Special Olympics guests. If you look at the picture, the first kid is Robert. He's one of our plank holders for the camp. And he just moved back and rejoined the crew. So we're going to try and get him really involved again because that kid was an amazing recruiter.
Yeah.
And he basically has the same vest me and Drew have. So at one point, we were all in the Star Trek vest for Halloween. The DS9 style.
Yep.
So, Vampire, we haven't talked to you in like 6 months, it seems.
Yeah, I'm still here.
At least since the VIC, which you were busy with that too.
Yeah, do that, yeah.
So, how's things
with everything.
on the CQ?
We just been launched, as you gathered. And next competition is uniforms on the away missions.
So kind of like
If you're
uniforms
going
at the con.
cons, yeah, uniform at cons, or if you're going like meeting somebody, you wear a uniform like that, or a uniform at work.
Oh, kind of like going to the Rotary Club with to support Sean and the Chamber of Congress,
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
that kind of thing.
yeah.
which we have a couple of those. Bartow Chamber. It's hilarious. You go to the Chamber of Congress and you see all these serious pictures, and then you see the whole chamber filled with cosplayers.
Yeah.
And they love it.
Yeah.
So what cons do you have coming up?
The biggest one we just had was the Destination Trek. That was just in August. Coming up is London Film Comic Con.
Oh, I do have a picture Drew wants to share. He just sent, and it's a pretty cool little picture.
Yeah, it was Tori's birthday present.
So I'm going to start this with, if you went to Syfy Bartow, and if you've seen the beginnings of the engineering talk show, the person that Jess plays a Ferengi as her cosplay. And she sent Victoria probably the best gift in the world. So she had the head made and sent to her.
Nice.
Now to find out when exactly we'll be seeing her in full costume. But when she pulled that out, I was like, now that is awesome. And I believe she had the jacket already.
Yes. So she had the jacket. She had the jacket and no place to wear it. Now she's got the headpiece and every place to wear it. Yeah, she wanted to come to this with it. No.
That would have been funny as can be.
Yeah, watch your head float away. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Tell her she didn't have the lobes for that.
I don't know. Those are some mighty big lobes on that piece.
Well, in truth, if it was glued to her head, it would be a flotation device better than that
Exactly.
international Type 2 flotation device.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since last year they dislodged one of her ribs. This year they aggravated the injury.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a good thing. The problem is the U.S. makes the standards for the flotation device. The international Type 2 is the equivalent to our Type 3s.
Yes.
And
but instead of looking at our manual and looking at our number 2, which clearly states it's not to be used with this specific type of thing, the person in charge has decided, I know better than you. This is what you're going to do. Well, they injured a a triathlon, a multi-triathlon winner with it, and Tori. So, and then with a doctor's letter stating this is what she can wear, and that's it. They said, nope, she's either going out with this or she's going to be disqualified. And by law, they do not have that option when a doctor is involved. So,
I seem to hear the attorneys warming up in the bullpen, Drew.
oh, let them hit me up in Facebook. Tell me how many commas you want to get for me.
No. There are attorneys that live for cases like this. They'll take it pro bono just to get it changed and get out there.
Well, the thing is, it's one person.
It's one person that's setting these, interpreting the standards their way.
The head of Special Olympics Florida.
Well, that sounds like somebody should be vote of confidence or something.
Well, they did on the Hill, the Speaker of the House. Oh, excuse me, former Speaker of the House. Well, that was a lamp.
Never change the rules that govern how your position is played.
Right.
When the United States Coast Guard clearly states this life preserver is not to be used for personal watercraft within 50 meters of a shoreline, and it's clearly mounted on that, permanently mounted onto that vest, and they ignore that.
Yeah, those
Because
standards are United States Coast Guard
A
too.
stand-up paddleboard is considered by the U.S. Coast Guard as a personal watercraft. They cannot see you. I don't have enough camera angle.
Well, I'm sorry we can't
Here's our
camouflage.
little-
Hey,
Hey. Yeah, I'm sorry we
So,
can't.
yeah, and
But yeah,
For you gentlemen who don't know what a Mustang flotation device is, that is one that can be either inflated with an air cartridge or it has a dissolving hill.
they can't wear those.
Yeah, which is a darn shame.
they have to wear
Even
basically one similar to the fishing ones.
Even though, according to law, she can, because she's proven with multiple gold medals, of course, in swimming.
Yeah.
And multiple silvers and bronzes. And then she's got, golds and silvers and bronzes in stand-up paddleboarding, and they've seen her, but SO used to be like hard to live with the rules they came up with. Now they're just making arbitrary rules because, well, I'm normal and my athletes aren't.
Yeah.
I've got bad
Sounds like a
news.
good
Every
plan.
one of us on this planet has a disability, one sort or another. And from this individual, I'm getting an idea. I know what her disability is, and it has nothing to do with the body.
Yep.
Her crank wasn't tightened up.
So
You were knocking, no one was home.
So what's everybody got planned for the next few weeks?
Well,
that works.
as for me, I know that's more towards, that's actually Halloween weekend. I'll be getting Cassandra Peterson's autograph. By the way, Tony canceled Spooky Empire and I think Jeffrey's going to be there. In case anybody didn't get enough of them in St. Augustine. John, I couldn't get that transporter working, John. We tried, man. We tried. I mean, Drew, we tried. We would have back and forth between Orlando and St. Augustine. You know? What else? Well, got BartoCon coming up. Sounds great.
Does.
I think you got a wonderful lineup. The panels should be great.
There is a new con coming up.
The panels will be snap, 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 snap as far as questions concerned with the Starfleet one.
Yeah.
After BartoCon on November 4th in Fort Meade, said that right?
Toy Fest. Yay!
Is a new outdoor con, which is a free attend con called Toy Fest. And what I think is hilarious is there's also a toy con in Tampa that weekend.
You're big state, right?
Yep.
People are going to be denting their gas cards running back and forth.
Not me.
The also on November 4th, we have the Gen X Market here in Calgary, which would normally not necessarily be anything special, except Garrett Wong will be there.
Yeah.
And I have to go to an SCA event, but our ship is going to make him an honorary ship member, and we're going to promote him to lieutenant finally.
Cool.
So I'll get to make the certificate, but I don't get to present the certificate.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoever negotiated that deal needs to be fired.
It's one of those things. It's two conflicts, and it can't resolve in a way that wants to work for me. I just need to be somewhere else.
Well, Richard, all I got to say is you need a new agent.
I do. Hopefully, I'll win the Bardic Championship.
There you go. That's what you need.
That's my big thing there. But yeah, I
Wait
volunteered.
a minute. Did you say Bardic Championship? So you're going to be singing?
No, I'm going to storytell and probably recite a poem because I wanted a historical piece.
Why don't you practice here?
Because I'm not really good at. Well, I'm not really good at the poetry stuff. That I have to actually do. I have done storytelling. I mean, it's very.
Come on. Oh, wet pet.
No, you don't expect me to speak like Shakespeare, do you? Because that's not happening. I mean, I've definitely done the storytelling part, though. I mean, I've been champion before, even. I just want to be champion again because last when I gave the championship away, I was sick and I had to give it by proxy. That made me angry, so I had to. I said, "Well, okay, fine, keep my stuff warm. I want it back."
Randy, if you're watching, we got a couple of empty slots. You can fill one.
Yep.
But also, obviously, when you guys last had your show on, I was in Edmonton as a busy like a beaver, on more than one occasion, speaking with Todd or Captain Shaw.
See, what we need to do is just get you to set up your phone like in a corner of your booth and just live broadcast your what's happening at your booth all day.
Yeah. There you go.
It's thing. So I got these FAFSA things that are, from 85 and 86. And I mean, they are very, very good condition, like stupidly good condition. Um, it was an expensive weekend.
So we were trying to convince one of our friends, Randy, who made our intro, to come on, but he's with his wife, and I believe she's going to be one of the writers on the writers panel.
Well, she's a.
I got
Hold
this,
on.
Jennifer
Give me a
Hale.
second. I'm
Autograph.
trying.
She
Hold
writes-
on.
she
Slowly.
writes-
That's cool.
Nice.
Commander Shepard's one of my favorite video game characters, so that, and then a friend of mine partnered with a writer here in Calgary.
Nice.
They're doing this strip on Instagram, and they took the lack of a better term first episode and made little books. So it's inside their single
That's awesome.
page.
Cool.
Yeah. So give that a search on Instagram and pick it up. It's really an interesting series. It is definitely a little more in the sort of not quite horror, but sort of like suspense horror-ish kind of thing. The M33 is because they've taken a trans warp conduit to the galaxy M33. So it's about their adventures in there, and in the next set of run, which should start soon, there we'll have a name drop for our ship, because that was something we agreed to. So so the Chinook will be part of that, and it's definitely something we're looking forward to. We've got a geek Christmas market as well. Unlike the ones we've done before, which were part of, they were related to Expo. This is independent, so that should be interesting. So that'll be around first week of December, I believe it is. So that looks like it's good. It's a relatively cheap table, because it's only $100, and then power is only $30. So that'd be a little bit more close to like a small con, but it should be interesting. We've got some merchandise. So looking forward to all of that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I unfortunately forgot to prep Shane with the correct pictures. We did get a picture done with Todd, Michelle, and Gates all in one shot. 4 of the 5 members. Unfortunately, the physical copy went to the member that gave up their spot for the con, so I don't have a physical copy just handy, because ironically, that's what my table is littered with right now, is a whole bunch of like con art and con pictures that I'm framing.
You did have, like I said, the fact that you got, I would print this picture and just have it at the booth as a permanent sales pitch.
Fair.
Or was it?
I mean, to be fair, our booth was like here, like in the middle, like roughly in the middle of the lane, right? So we were a corner, middle of the lane, but literally Michelle, Todd, and Gates were at the end of it. So they were like literally right there. That's why Todd came by like 2 or 3 times. is because we were like in the way. Like he had to come by us. And I literally picked up those. I picked these boxes up like 5 minutes before Todd came by. And of course, and Todd's a big gamer, right?
Yeah.
Like he's a big gamer. So like even he was like, those are awesome kind of thing. And I mean, it was really, really nice. I was just like, you know, and it was a very spontaneous picture. There's a picture from Patrick where there's a picture of me and Todd talking across the table. And then I took a picture of a gentleman who has a like very complete Fleet Admiral uniform done up from like Wrath of Khan era, like the TOS movies. That Monster Maroon, and it is flawless. Like it had like the only thing is that he needs to get the turtleneck replaced because he's gone through 2 or 3 now. But like the rest of it is immaculately accurate. Like it's like he stole it from the props department. You know, it wasn't like 25 or 2 years old, so it was built back when a lot of those things were still in relatively easy circulation to get, right? So, and that was the picture I took there has him handing over a 2080 phaser from that generation of movie to Todd. And then there was like a whole sidebar about like, how am I getting this home? I'm like, just put it in your regular luggage. Don't put it in your carry-on. Put it in your regular luggage. So this is just 3D print copy, right? So
Right.
not really a big deal, but Todd was really kind of concerned about it. And I was like, no, just put it in your regular luggage. It'll be fine. You're only going to have problems if you put it in your carry-on. I'm hoping you get regular luggage.
I wonder what would happen if we actually took the phaser rifle and walked into TSA.
It would vastly depend on the TSA person, because you're not bringing anything illegal,
No,
other than maybe size,
huh?
right? But it depends how big a jerk that TSA person wants to be.
Yeah, I know 5 of them at Orlando that will laugh, hand you their phone, want to get pictures with it, want to get pictures, pointing at other agents, want to get pictures. And I know one in Orlando who would probably have you arrested.
Yeah, I was just
Well, I would like to think that the cops would show up and then laugh in his face, but whatever.
Oh, absolutely. But the fact is that they would try, you know.
Yeah.
The police officers I know that hang around TSA would probably take the phaser rifle through the airport over to the other end and say, okay, now let him through. And they'd stand there like a guard. You know, because they got a sense of humor from, I don't know where it went, but it's cool. So,
No, I mean the print guy that they have on the USS Cerberus is really good. And they had a bunch of stuff, and I, being the greedy little SOB that I am, decided to buy one of everything.
So it took a little while. Dear Lord, I've been trying to find the pictures of when the cosplayers took over City Hall.
Oh God, that was an interesting evening.
Okay.
I might know some of those people.
I can't find the second one.
now, Bane
The latest
is
one
the
you did, Drew. I
Randy
can't
who's trying
find
to
that
get
one.
him.
Huh? What was
The
it called?
Randy we keep calling the Randy we keep trying to get in there is the guy who was Bane in
Oh,
that
yeah.
picture that took over.
Yeah, and he's a great guy.
No,
He wants me to go start walking with him every week, but for some reason, he's just as busy as we are. So
Wow.
the first week we were supposed to do it, he was having a game. He had a game tournament that whole weekend, but it's one of those things of
Hmm.
so Randy did verify his wife is one of the writers on the panel. I was waiting for that. She does serial killer novels.
Mhm.
And what was funny was she does the male version. And then when we did the writer's block party, there was a woman that did female serial killers. And they sat on either end of the panel. So
And one of the questions asked, do you intend to get together and do like a duel?
and between it was the 14-year-old brand new writer that was completely innocent. So you have serial killers, innocent. But it was one of those things of they talked about how to do it, what tools, stuff like that. It was really a very educational thing because you had people that it was their first book and it was their 15th book on the panel.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
I have a friend in Edmonton. Her name is Krista Bell, and she is an independent writer. And she averages between, well, I mean, at Edmonton and Calgary, she does 3 panels a piece on various subjects. She is largely a speculative, like, historical fantasy writer. So, like, historical places, fantasy things, although she does have a science fiction series called Collaborator. And she's, she's done a number of stuff. She's dabbling in cyberpunk right now. She's got a new book coming out for that soon. And I recommend it. She has 2 writing guides. One looks at food in the medieval period onwards, and the other one is Regency. Is a book on Regency and Victorian. And if I'd known I was going to talk about her, I would have had her books like in my hand. But anyways, yeah, anybody interested, shoot me a line and I'll help you out. I really love her nonfiction. I buy a lot of her fiction, but it goes on the pile of things to read when I get time, which apparently will be when I retire. Hopefully, I'll have a brain still.
in my backpack, I have the D&D books from the movie, 2 of them that I bought, and I'm going to read this. They're still sitting there, not doing anything.
That's not true. They tripped Noelle on Saturday.
I thought that was Victoria when she wouldn't get out of the way.
No, it was the backpack.
Oh, yeah, she hit my backpack. Whoops.
Yep. It did a sprawl out on the floor. And of course, you know, with all the compassion we could muster, we said, don't do that. It's bad for you.
Now, I've got to say, we need a couple really good engineers for this house to figure out the wiring in this house.
No, not engineers,
Because-
electricians specifically.
Yeah. Uh-huh. This is like a Starship prototype. He changed the fans outside, and it killed the power to the fan in the living room.
Oh well.
So before the party, we were trying to fix this, me and Noel. After an hour and a half,
No power going anywhere.
After an hour and a half, I decided to go over to the light switch and check to see if there was any power to the switch itself. And at that point, we were like, well, that would have been better to check an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, because it was nope, nobody, nope.
It's okay. There's a switch here that does half an outlet. It's behind that flag. It took me 7 years to figure out where that half outlet was.
There's switches and outlets here that have no connection whatsoever.
To anything.
They had 3 switches or 3 wires going to the same fan. I'm talking 3 full wire sets. One has power that you can turn off all the breakers in the house. It still has power.
That's fun.
So at that point, I separated and capped everything off, and we put the fan back up and went later and walked away.
That's fair. That's totally fair. I have to admit that in relation to John being here, that I was incidentally in the communique twice. I was in the march that the Wild Rose was for Pride here in Calgary. So there's a picture of me looking down because I'm tired, and that's of course the picture they went with. And then I had a bunch of, and now everybody in the CQ that reads the CQ will think I'm a big drunk because in the recipe section, all the alcoholic drinks were by me.
Wait.
Thank you, John.
I'm sorry, sir, we can't cover for you anymore.
Did you say all the drinks were only 5?
No. All the alcoholic drinks, which were the last part of that article, they were all like technically there were 2, and they were variants on each other. Like there were a bunch of which were variants of one drink, and then there was another drink too. But both of them were alcoholic. They were the only alcoholic drinks in the entire article. So I was just saying. Now I look like the drunk because I was the only one who could drink alcohol drinks. But I'm just happy to see this CQ for once.
I'm just going to say, no matter how many drinks you talk about, you are not the biggest drunk in Starfleet.
I've seen evidence of that.
He was threatened to get kicked out if he had a drink during the VIC.
No, it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you, Drew. Of course it wasn't Drew. I just remember a video Steve did in After Dark one time, and it was a load of very
He
high
was
rank.
there.
Drew was there?
No, the person I'm talking about was on that After Dark.
Yeah.
Not naming names or anything.
Not naming names. That doesn't matter. I've been on enough After Darks that they've kind of blended together anyway, so I wouldn't be able to tell you episode this. That's when we were talking
you,
about.
John, you, Richard, John, Jeffrey, and there were 4 others that were almost on every After Dark.
That would exclude Jeremy, wouldn't
Oh yeah,
it?
we had
Although Jeremy
I
was
don't sometimes-
No, Jeremy was on that episode.
Was Jeremy on
would
that?
pop
Oh.
in from time to time. That was about it.
He had a shaped alcohol bottle about this size in his hand, going and then going.
Oh, I know who you
That
are.
was me, but
Not
Oh,
Jeffrey.
I don't-
Not Jeffrey. Sorry.
Wasn't Jeff? Wasn't you?
Now you see, I was
Another gentleman.
Another J
Oh.
name. Sorry, Jeffrey. It wasn't
I
you.
was on one where he did that, and then on the next one he said he didn't do that, and 5 of us pulled up and sent via our phones to Russell the screenshots of this boy out cold.
Oops.
And,
oh, I remember now.
so the
Oh,
screens were
I
from
can't
different
remember
angles.
his
and
name,
he
but I
just
do
kinda
remember
like,
that.
Sounds
Oh.
like a long pass on
it was
fire.
just a long day.
Apparently.
Yeah,
That was hilarious trying to get him awake, and he wouldn't get awake.
But what he was doing is his exercise.
Yeah. And he
I
would
mean,
always be sitting this way.
He was getting his exercise.
There were some measures of rum in my drinks often when we were on After Dark.
Yes, but you don't have narcolepsy, which one person does. So I'm not blaming alcohol on that. But I knew that night that it was the
The other.
keg
It was a
that he
beverage.
was drinking.
What happened?
No, I think you have a similar bottle to what he had, but I don't see it.
All the
But he literally emptied the bottle. He opened it fresh and emptied the bottle on the show.
Yep.
Only 26 ounce. Come on.
And I can tell you, he was told 1 drink of alcohol, he would be off of the VIC.
That's fair.
I only have one thing to say. At least we know he didn't have a drinking problem. He had it well under control.
Not that night.
Bottle now it's bombed.
No, that night he was gone.
You know, if you can control the bottle mouth bombed, you're doing good. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
So people that have watched this show from here are now going back and looking at the After Dark stuff.
Good.
That was your plan, right?
See, what a lot of people are new fans, shall we say, don't understand that this little family here goes back a couple of years.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have had some incredible shows. We
Yeah.
have had some incredible
And we've had
bombs.
some sleepers.
We have had some bombs that
I remember we ended up on, or I ended up on one of the shows, and we just passed the bullying thing through AB.
oh yeah.
Oh,
The show got shanghaied into that, and our current vice at that time was a regional coordinator, and he was just playing defense game with it, and I was like, no, this needs to happen. It was hilarious, but also very sort of like a very serious show, and you're just sort of sitting there and they're going like, yeah, really, you know.
Well, yeah, and then there was what I used to love about doing After Dark is when Steven could pop in
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
and we were immensely cruel.
he
to
and
him.
I,
Right, Steven?
Stephen P. We know who he is.
Yeah.
He's on listening.
Yes,
He's right here. He's on Facebook user.
Look,
he and I would pick on each other like big brother, little brother. It was just for fun, and some people actually
Yeah.
thought it was serious.
Oops.
Yeah,
I don't know about him, but I had gotten some private messages. So is Steven mad at you? Is Steven? And I'm like, oh hell no! Just
no,
it's
Steve,
the way we rock, man. Back off.
Steve
I
can't
mean,
hate
yeah,
too many
it's-
people.
I mean, it's like
I
the
mean,
jokes
they're-
I've made about Drew, where about him being in the Revolutionary War.
Oh hey, the Greek Revolution was not as bad as you think it was. Oh wait, were you talking about a different one?
you don't understand.
Yeah, the
Mark
one
and
further
Drew
back
crossed
to the Greek Revolution.
the Black Sea with Moses.
Well,
Well, actually,
That was
the
the Red Sea.
It was
Red
the Dead Sea, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Black
See?
Sea is the wrong direction.
It was the Dead
Black
Sea,
Sea.
and it was the Dead Sea, and he did not say out of the very nostrils of God.
So, what's funny
Okay.
about that is if you watch Picard, the Watchers have been on Earth forever, according to the Romulan.
Mhm.
So it's one of those things. It kind of makes sense now.
Damn it, they're on to me.
Yeah,
Help me, Mark.
Oops.
Mark's a watcher too, so look out.
Well, yeah. Well, we figured that
He finally noticed the hat.
out.
One of my other husbands will drag it out. I think you know.
Yeah,
what-
okay.
Starfleet Criminal Investigation Service.
Oh, 30 minutes after y'all left, Callie decided to bark as loud as she can.
Yeah.
Mailman or a package?
Wanting to leave out the back door.
Oh, wow. Oh, well.
I thought it might have been the mailman or a package. Until I come around the corner and she's sitting at the back door pointing. I'm like, I thought you just went out.
Could have been a squirrel.
She wanted to go lay down in the sun.
Oh, she still does every now and then.
Dude, that dog has more hair than I have on my body.
Well,
And
that's
it's
good.
like,
She's a dog.
huh?
That's good. She's a dog.
Yeah, but oh, I'm not sitting in your chair. That's right. I was fixing to say, do I have any of her hair on me too?
Are you talking about Lena?
Oh, it wasn't Callie. It was Lena. Sorry.
Yeah, Lena's the one that's still blowing coat.
But yeah, Lena barks at, and I'm like looking around because what you said the last time. Nope, Lena just wanted to go sit out in the sun and bake her fur.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I opened the door to let Callie in, Lena ignored me for 5 minutes of calling.
Oh yeah. We just close the door and wait till she barks at it. No, she thinks she deserves her own personal valet.
Do you have a dog or a cat, Drew?
It's a dog. It's a Shiba Inu.
Oh, so cat-like in many ways.
You heard it in the background.
a Shiba is a dat. It's a dog with cat-like personality.
And more fur than anything.
Yes.
Like you can use a vacuum to suck off all the fur,
Yeah.
and it will still shed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if
Sucks
you've got
his life.
birds to hold still for the vacuum cleaner, you've done better than we have.
What you got your phone for, Jeff?
Huh? Oh.
You were holding it up like you wanted to say something.
No. I was wondering if anybody would notice it to begin with.
Yeah, it was in the shot.
Yeah, I was in the shot. Here it is.
So is that
My
the
new
new flip
Yep.
touch screen?
The
Not in the
new
shot now.
it is called the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. That's its official name.
They're just pulling letters and numbers out of a hat now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, really. But I've been having fun. The only problem I had a couple of days ago, I was part of a town hall meeting concerning some volunteer business I'm doing that's not part of Starfleet, and we were scripted and telling people what we were doing and how we were doing it, and they go, I'm down the script where I'm supposed to come on. This thing has a feature that you can have it on this thing. It'll have the buttons to hang up and the
Yeah.
mute and stuff. And I had mine on mute. Well, I went to press. The problem with the mute button is right above the hang up button. So when I pressed the button, I pressed the hang up button. Oh, we lost Jeff. Yeah, you lost Jeff because he hung up. That's the only thing I have had problems with this thing. So,
Well, we have to get to the actual place early.
no, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like, I don't know, before the sun. So, as a buddy of mine used to say, peace, grease, and chicken wings. Or as Dave Allen used to say, good night, good luck, and may your God go with you.
Oh, there it is.
Live
So
long and prosper.
we're in.
Take care.